welcome to Akshita's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. So today's recipe is something that I just put together with whatever stuff I had in my, in my kitchen, and the end result was so delicious that my family loved it. I loved it, and I said I have to share this with all of you guys. So it's basically made with stuff that we regularly have in our kitchens, and the end result is simply delicious. Now, if you all don't have some of the ingredients, please leave your comments down in the comment section, and I can definitely find some alternative where you can use something else in place of that. So let's head on to my kitchen and let's make today's lovely chicken recipe. So friends, let's take a look at today's recipe, and let me take you through all the ingredients. Also, I'm going to write down all the ingredients with the exact measurements in the description box below. So this is about 450 grams of boneless chicken breast, which I've just washed well and cut into cubes. This is some garam masala, just about half a teaspoon. This is some kasuri methi, about 1 tablespoon. This is about 1.5 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. This is about 2 tablespoons of tandoori masala. This is about 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, some mixed herbs, pepper powder, about 1.5 teaspoons, some salt to taste. And I'm using olive oil, but you can go ahead and use some regular oil. And I'll also be using some thick curd at the which I've not put in the video just now, but I'm going to be adding it later. So now I'm just going to be adding some oil to my pan, which I've kept on a low to medium heat. Now, since it's olive oil, I don't want it to heat up a lot, so I'm just going to add my chicken directly. But otherwise, if you're using regular cooking oil, let the oil heat up and then you add your chicken. Now we have to let the chicken change color from a light pink to a white color. That means we have to fry it a bit. So I'm just going to do that. Just fry the chicken a little bit, or just let it turn, white on both sides. So just give it a light mix, and it happens very fast. Within about 5 minutes, your chicken will change color and get semi-cooked. Now, like I said before, if you all don't have some of the masalas, where I've used garam masala and I've used tandoori masala, just write to me as to what masalas you have at home. Like most of us have, curry powder, or we have Kitchen King masala or meat masala. So if you all have that, you can just write to me and I will let you know with how much of it can you use. But I'm using tandoori masala and it really tastes very good with it. So just give everything a nice fry. This takes about 5 minutes for the chicken to change color. Now, I have a recipe of how to make your own curd at home. It's super simple. I'll leave a link below. Now, many people have asked me that, Akshita, we have never made dahi or curd at home. So how do we start with, because you cannot use the outside curd or ready-made curd to make homemade dahi. So if possible, if any of your neighbors are making, of course now because of this lockdown period, you're supposed to social distance yourself. But if you can get your hands on anyone who makes homemade curd, you just require not even quarter teaspoon, and then you can start making your own dahi at home. And it doesn't work with the ready-made dahi. The culture is different and it doesn't really set. So if you're not able to get your hands on dahi for this recipe at the moment, you can completely skip the dahi. It's no problem. And once you are able to get your hands on somebody else who's making homemade dahi at home, you can get just a quarter teaspoon, and then you can see my recipe of how to make homemade curd and start making your own curd. So if you have your homemade dahi, use that. Now I'm just going to season this with some garlic powder. Now I have ready-made garlic powder at home, but if you don't have ready-made garlic powder at home, you can use regular garlic cloves. Just cut them up very fine and then add them. Now we're going to give everything a nice mix. So I too just came up with this recipe with whatever I had in my kitchen, and it turned out good. Now this is just some regular Italian spices that we have at home, or mixed spices. So if you have any kind of spice, or if you have some pizza seasoning, even if you have some peri peri masala at home, whatever mixed powders, whatever mixed Italian herbs you have, you can add that. Now this is some home ground pepper powder, black pepper powder. So I'm adding that. Now if you have whole peppercorns at home, just roast them a little bit, and once they come to room temperature, grind them to a fine powder in your mixer. So give all of this a mix. Then I'm going to add a little bit of garam masala. I have a recipe for homemade garam masala also. So I'll leave a link below if you're able to get, if you have those whole spices at home and you're able to make this garam masala, then you can try your hands at it. You just require about 1 teaspoon. Now I'm going to be adding some Kashmiri red chili powder. This is purely for the color. It doesn't have much of a spice hit. So this is just for the color. So if you don't have Kashmiri red chili powder at home, you can just add a little bit of paprika or regular chili powder. Or even if you have chili flakes at home, you can just roast the chili flakes and let them cool down and grind them to a powder and add that. Now this is some tandoori masala that I have, chicken tandoori masala. So I've added that. And like I said, write to me as to what powder masalas you have at home, and or whatever spices you have at home, and I can tell you, okay, you can add this. Now this is the thick dahi that I'm adding. Now what this dahi does is it really makes the chicken very nice and soft, and it gives a lovely sour kind of flavor to the dish, and it really elevates the taste of the dish. You can use ready-made dahi if you have also at home. And if you have, if you don't have curd or dahi at all at home, but you have some, little bit of fresh cream, then you can just add a little bit of milk to the fresh cream, beat it up a little bit, and add that too. Now I'm just going to add some salt to taste. And I'm just going to mix everything well together. Now, I like using boneless chicken breast because it's really lean meat and it cooks also very fast, and it's really healthy too. So now I'm just going to add some kasturi methi. Now even kasturi methi, whenever you add it to a dish which has curd in it, it really brings out the flavor of the dish. Now I'm going to let my dish cook. So I'm just going to cover and cook it for about 5 minutes, just regularly stirring in between. And you can just take a spoon or a fork and just cut through one of the small chicken pieces and just see that it's nice and cooked. It should be really soft and really cooked well. Now this is a small tip. Always keep a plate or something, a spoon, a plate handy, so that you don't, you can just keep your cooking spoon in it and you don't need to keep wiping your platform or gas stop. And these are some lovely roses that I had at the time I made this recipe. So this is the recipe, friends, and I hope you'll try it out and write to me. Thank you for watching. Guys, did you like today's recipe? And I hope you're going to give it a try. If you all do, then please let me know in the comment section below what you thought of today's recipe, and I would love to hear from all of you. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave it a big thumbs up by clicking on the thumbs up icon. I do need those thumbs up. And for those of you who haven't hit the red subscribe button, do subscribe to my channel. I do need more subscribers. And once you have subscribed, it will show you a small little bell. Then just click on that bell, so every time I put up a new video, you'll get a message for the same. I also like to give surprise, live streaming chats where I can catch up with my viewers. And if you hit that bell, you'll get a message that Akshita is live, and you can come and chat on with me on my channel. So go and check out all my recipes. I have more than 500 recipes. And if you're looking for any recipe on YouTube, just type the recipe and type Akshita's recipes. For example, if you're searching for butter chicken, so just type butter chicken, Akshita's recipes, and my video will pop up first. So that's one easy way of finding my recipes. So guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart for stopping by and watching my videos. and stay safe, stay healthy, stay fit, be loving and kind to one another. And I will catch you in my next video sooner than you think. Take care, guys. This is Akshada signing off. Bye.